Hello there, everyone, and welcome to Game 3 of this best of 3 between Kohrek and PeasantsOMFG. I'm Infinite, and joined here by Kohrek. How are you going, Kohrek?
I'm awake. Does that sound normal?
I mean, being awake is pretty good. I mean, I love these objectives. Like getting someone at LBW is always fun to do.
Yeah, but the hat trick, one of the best things you can do.
Well, very hard. It is in fact, very difficult to do. Yeah, like not many people get to do them.
Yeah, I think these objectives are very, very necessary, and yeah, I don't see any issue with them whatsoever.
Oh man, I wish people would enforce the fallen more often. To be honest, though, that rarely happens. Oh,
it has fallen to the wayside a little bit lately, hasn't it? It's just
not cricket. I swear, I tell you.
Yeah. But something else isn't cricket, unfortunately, and that is our race today. Today we will be going up with Final Fantasy IV Enterprise as the randomizer, and I know it's a bad thing between us, but there we go.
I mean, I do like the fact that there is a food somewhere in the seed, so that I think that if we get, say, an early sand ruby, early darkness crystal, maybe the option would, maybe our runners would opt to go up to the moon just to see if it's vanilla food, or make sure they get that gated character check first.
Yeah, food. Having a food definitely guaranteed in the seed for the objectives, always nice to see. Having a Cecil start to complement that. Between the two of them, your run is looking set.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just gonna be a walk in the park, right? I mean, look, there's gonna be no trolls whatsoever.
You've just got characters to find. There's only 13 places that you can find them. Well, 11 if you don't count the first two, and they're pretty much there for the taking. We're not going to see any rude bosses or any gated, really badly gated key items today, are we?
No, surely not. It's just just have a quick walk around the park. Just block it out a little bit, and then just have a bit of lunch afterwards.
Yeah,
or tea, I guess.
Sounds perfectly fine. Or breakfast if you're either of us.
Yeah, that's also fair. That's also something we could do. Yeah, so just to give people context of this race, the winner of this peasants and character, let me just check the bracket here, goes against the winner of Zoe Vermillion and I can't read the other person. No, probably not relevant. But anyway, our races are off. Let's see who we've got. Ooh, tell us. So discount food with the Luca key.
Yeah, few interesting items in that starter kit. I saw a dwarf axe, a spear, I believe I saw. So
I saw tiaras.
Yeah, so Arcane will be set once he comes in, and he'll have his best weapon in the game.
I'm not too happy about the 33k though. That's what I'm not happy about. Kind of given the range of 20 to 80k, 33 is kind of low.
Yes, but it also makes things interesting because our runners are definitely going to have to ration their purchases that little bit more. Or you're not going to go splurging out on some of the more expensive items, some of the more special equipment. And Telestart though does give you exits, so we're likely going to see quite a bit of looting in just to see if we can pick up some little extra bits of gear to make up for that money deficit.
Yeah, and it looks like both Kohrek and Peasants are basically mirror each other, looting watery paths. Probably going to make good use of exit by by having him cast going the full loot and having him cast Aegis on the way out.
Aegis shield, rune ring there, samurai shield. Some okay equipment, nothing that really breaks things open at least.
Apparently there's an early moon veil. That early moon veil also can be very useful once we get Cecil online, because we can use that ability to just break open a rude boss.
Yeah, one of the things that we have just noticed though is that Cecil is starting with a black sword. He's the best weapon a Dark Knight can actually use. So he's not going to be too bad on the attack. Sure, it's still Dark Knight Cecil, but it's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah, agreed. That's actually an amazing start. That's getting the high roll there on that gear. I know I'm a bit aggressive when it comes to looting as little as I can, but I almost feel like that's enough for me to get going for the early seed, especially considering we also picked up some armor for him in the back of Royalty Pass as well.
Yeah, I was just about to say I wouldn't be surprised if Hobbs is our next destination for our two runners here. Yes, these Dark Knight Cecil with a black sword can be okay. Teller, but between the two of them, they still don't have a whole lot of attacking power. We're sort of wanting someone to complement this team quite a bit. And Rosa and the bonus round of D-Mist could be that bit, that little bit extra that you need.
Well, especially so much for having to. Yeah.
Especially with that black sword, which actually does additional damage to D-Mist.
Yeah, and this also means that we do not have we are all out of boss hunts. We do not need to check who's in Mist Cave or do the obscure boss checks, because we're all done. We have D-Mist is here.
Yeah, definitely a very big weight off of our runners' minds. No boss hunts, no need to go searching in the Giant unless you want to go there for levels and just finish it up. No need to face check bosses on the moon unless you absolutely have to get key items up there.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting thing about this fight that's just subtle is that because Rosa started with the power staff and not a bow, the fact that Rosa is in the back row for Kohrek compared to the front row for Rosa, that will speed things up significantly. And so even though Kohrek came into fights sooner than Peasants did because of all the extra looting that he did, it wouldn't surprise me if Peasants will actually gets this fight a lot sooner.
It's not a whole lot quicker, but it is that slight little bit. So, but we've got a Rosa on our team, excellent white mage, and really a white mage is something you really need to just help those money issues. You don't have to buy as many Barkus wines or silk webs possibly. They come able to cast blink if you get them up long enough. So yeah, white mages are invaluable, especially with low money.
Yeah, exactly. And the one thing I have noticed that we've been losing a whole bunch of ethers lately. Anyway, D-Mist gives us a sand ruby. Not actually anything of use since we know it's an eddy in the bed. In Swiss that would have been interesting because the spoon flag was on, but without the spoon flag, I think we're just gonna have him be our anchor if we need him at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's a nice backup if you need a character to just take hits. I don't see that really a necessary step today. I think Edward is just going to continue his nap just as planned. In 2 beds.
I mean, who wouldn't want to be in bed? Like, it's nice, It's nice. Sometimes you just want to be cozy and that kind of thing.
Yeah, snuggle up under the covers, just relax.
Oh, interesting. So, interesting pick up on Peasant's side. He just picked up an Ogre Axe. Did Kohrek get that?
No, Kohrek has sort of skipped looting in the Antlion. Peasants has just picked up a few extras. He's done done some of the chests that I like to pick up, some of the easy to get ones without going too far out of the way. So it's definitely paid off this time for him.
Actually, it just occurred to me that we're about to fight another boss that's where having the black sword is really good.
Yeah, so there goes Octomam. Black Sword is definitely putting in work over this overworld, just like you want it to, though, and picking up the rat tail. Not something you can use right now, you do need the hook, but since the hook is necessary for the pink tail turn in later, if you're going to do that objective, definitely something you will put on the back burner of your mind.
The other thing about the hook is that it also gives us a gated character, so that could also be where our only cane or our only food resides.
Yeah, very much, and food definitely would be a nice addition right now. Now Rosa's going to pick up a lot of slack, and Cecil will go and become a paladin, but the best weapon we've got at the moment is a dwarf axe, which doesn't scream power like the power staff.
So it should be a divergence here. Kohrek going to Baron Inn, finding that during the Dr. Luggage fight, whereas Peasant's going straight to Bull. What are your thoughts on this choice here?
This is it's a very common play by a lot of our runners lately to just not do Bull at all until they've done everything else on the overworld. The reason being is it actually gives a fair amount of experience. So doing it after you get Cecil or becoming a paladin, it gives them a nice little head start. And the other one is if you find underground access through a magma key, you skip out possibly one trip to Bull to pick up all the key items there, because there's not only the fight, there's also the 2 item checks from Sheila.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. It looks like we've got Asura here. Asura is very punchy, but also because the spot is very slow, you can get yourself a very slow, I was about to say a slow life block, but it looks like we've kind of missed that cycle there. Meanwhile, Peasant's got the Baron Guards fight down in Bull with the use of the black sword, is able to get the swoon pox, and he's through for Bull. And rewarded with the hook.
That rat tail is on the table, but that might be our way underground. So fading that for Bull check could put Kohrek a little bit behind, but I wouldn't be surprised if Peasants clears the rest of the overworld looking for a magma key.
Yeah, I suspect what I would. I mean, I agree with all that. I also suspect that what Peasants might do though, but before clearing that overworld, is to dive for community to see that character. You know you have a food hunt, so the sooner you can get that food, the better.
Yeah, and since he gains 3 spells every boss kill, we might see he dives into that mist cave, take out the boss there, possibly the waterfall cave as well. Just build up his spells as quickly as possible.
Yeah, totally agree there. That is actually quite relevant. Let's see if Peasants proves me right here. Well, we might actually do Rat Tail first, to be honest.
I wouldn't be surprised if Rat Tail goes first, because it's a quick, just one and done sort of thing. And if you pick up the pink tail at the same time here, you don't even need to move the hovercraft again.
Well, we've been silenced by this reveal here.
Yeah, it's sort of a similar to a power staff, just not.
You know what it actually is good against? Asura.
It is very good against Asura.
You see how long Kohrek is taking to for this fight right now, and it's first chest. So we get to loot. Full loots are Evelyn with no worries whatsoever.
You're right. This Asura has taken quite a while for Kohrek. It's safe because Blink, but Taylor is still going to sort of run out of MP at some point unless you refill him up. And the lifelock in this spot is fairly easy, but you still have to wait for it to go at a very slow spot.
Yeah, exactly. And this is why if I see Asura, I might have been tempted. I wasn't sure I would. Well, to be fair, I would have gone for Wolf first, but I might have been tempted to just reset out of this, knowing how long this was going to take, and come back another time.
Peasants, though, having found the chest, is going to fully loot this cave. It's a gated location, so the treasures are a little bit better. Finding ninja shirt and ice brand. Heck, even that black armor's not bad for that Dark Knight Cecil right now.
We've already got a black armor though. That's the problem.
No.
I believe
okay.
Peasants found it in the back of Water Pass. But yeah, Kohrek is through that check, gets Aurelia and gets a twin harp. Now we have an interesting interesting things going to happen here. It really depends on what character we have here at the hook route, because this could be a problem for Kohrek if this is okay. It wasn't through. I do like Palom here though.
The Palom's a great addition to this team. Getting it fairly early hasn't done ordeals yet, so he's going to get a fair amount of experience. Not quite enough to pick up the virus on that alone, but going to get close from that. So, yeah. Rydia on Kohrek's side, we've got a very mage-centric team here, and I'm kind of liking it. Cockatrice.
Yeah, I mean it's a good summon because actually Cockatrice is one of those summons that you don't get when you get when Rydia transforms in Dwarf Castle. So in that sense, that's a good pickup.
Yeah, a single target stone basically. Has quite a good accuracy, so can be used against those trapped chests in the Cave of Blana to just take them out pretty quickly.
Yeah, agreed. That would be I think yeah. Cockatrice sometimes randomly does a lot of good work in the early game, especially if you find an alt gauntlet somewhere.
Yeah, and another couple of enemies it's good against is this duo coming up here, the Baron Gods. I don't think the magic is going to be high enough on Rydia at base level to actually hit and let it hit. I don't think she's even got enough MP to actually cast it, but it's still a viable option later. But who cares with a black sword?
Yeah, exactly. Black sword does solve a lot of problems here. A bringer of death, as it were.
Peasants is going up ordeals though. Going to be taking on these 3 fights up here. Turn Ancestor, win to a Paladin. And going to lose the Black Sword, but going to gain that Ice Brand, which is a little bit more powerful. Just not but not a whole great deal, I would guess.
I mean, oh no, Peasants has an ogre axe. Isn't that better?
Yes, it would be actually.
Ooh, and we also see the other use of power stuff of the power staff here by the Peasants. He's into berserk this Cecil here, and that Cecil is going to town.
Yeah.
Everyone loves to see a berserk Dark Knight Cecil, right?
Oh yeah. Those swings for 300 might not seem a lot, but you have to remember this is a Dark Knight Cecil that's currently level 15, and who never really gets a whole lot of power. And
in fact,
for him to get be hitting this in this spot, you'd like to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, it also means that Peasants doesn't have to use any of the Barkus ones he fought down in Cape of Lama as well, so that's also a good money saved. And yet, just like that, we're through Ogopogo.
Kohrek is going to go and pick up his Silent Staff, and then likely go and find that Palom as well, and likely follow Peasants up into the shrine at the top of Mount Ordeals.
Oh, hello.
We might not be seeing in Mount Ordeals much more.
You know, we have a way to deal damage. I mean, all right. So Peasants knows. So one interesting thing about Dark is that it will actually pierce defenses. So we just need to do this, by my count, roughly 20 times.
This spot has 3,000 hit points, so I think it's more like 23 to 25.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you get my point. It is doable. Is my point here. This is in fact garbage. Don't get me wrong, but oh my god, really bored. But actually, did Peasants buy a bow? Because that would also solve things.
No. Really, I don't think with this particular team, even with Rydia coming along for the ride, this fight is not possible. Or you're going to have to think up another thing to do here.
Florian asking in chat if petrification might be an issue here. We actually have so many ethers that we might be okay to just heal through that.
We might be.
This is rough, Lo.
This is really rough. I think the best thing I can think of happening here is actually just avoiding this, going Doom Baron in, and then you're going to pick up Rydia and the Twin Harp, and then trap chests. And we've seen a Dragon Whip picked up in Cave of Lana here. It's in the group of 5 chests. So Rydia might be your way out if you can get enough strength on her and enough levels.
Yeah, interesting. This is all very interesting. But I do kind of feel like, we didn't know at the time, but trying to be like a bit spend fifth of your money here may have bitten Peasants by not buying a bow.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with the bow, you'd have 2 attackers as opposed to 1 attacker.
I'm also eyeing that Siren in the inventory for possibly opening that up and just doing a couple of the one fight with the 2 Lamia type enemies well, they suck you by
Hmm.
on mount ordeals. But I'm also thinking, is that really going to help? And
No, it's not going to help. It, and it really does feel like a waste to actually use a siren here on metal deals when you know you have a siren available. You kind of want to get your Quack Kit online as soon as you once you get underground. This is a choice here. This is a statement saying
yeah,
I'm willing to gamble this. I
Peasants is getting through it.
yeah
It's just
yeah that's
it's
yeah
not the way
it
he
is
wanted to get through this, but he is getting
yeah.
through it.
To be fair though, the payoff here is actually huge, right? Because you get once you're through this, you get Cecil online, you get all the spells on Teller. I think it's actually worth doing. It's just slow, and you don't feel good doing it.
No,
But props
definitely
to
not.
Peasants for actually knowing that this will work. Because I think that's just a testament to our Serenity of knowing that this is possible.
To be honest, I've lost track of how many times he's done Dark Wave. But we'll see soon enough.
Yeah, like
if he actually gets through this. The big question is, do you run out of life potions to MP? Yeah, we've seen a whole lot of ethers, though we shouldn't, but
well, we've already used up our ether 2. It's just down to 2 ether 1, so
and the sticks fly and the daggers fly. Dancing dagger on the change rod on Palom.
Wow, do you see that project? Our prayers were unanswered. Unbelievable. Okay, maybe chat's prayers are answered by seeing this awful fight here. But
yeah. I'm liking to see it. Yeah, having to utilize Cure 1 on Rosa just because MP at this point is at a very big premium. Still 9 life potions, so still in the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing with heal is that it just costs so much. 20 MP. That's over 1/5 of Teller's MP pool, and you'd rather see these weeks and punches take Cecil down right now than him getting stoned.
Yeah. I think what's happened here is that Peasants doesn't find the ether 2, the 2 ether 1s he's actually got, so that could also be a thing. We're psyching up Palom. All right, that's enough. We're really running dry here.
Psych takes a while to actually happen, but Palom's MP is better used on Teller right now. So yeah, all for this. It's just keep the fight moving. You've gone through a lot of it so far. Let's see if you can finish up the rest of it. Yeah, let Cecil go down because of the Dark Wave. Let it happen.
Yeah. We must be getting really close though, right?
We must.
I mean, I've lost count. This is fascinating, by the way. This is a amazing fight. to try and attempt at this point.
And what is Kohrek going to do after this when once he sees the tornado wall that is valveless?
Yeah. And yeah, Peasants through. We are through.
Peasants has just done probably the most ill-advised fight in the entire game with this particular team, and won. Well done to Peasants. You deserve your paladin right now.
Yes, and Kohrek is bailing, and I don't blame him for doing that. That is such a garbage tier fight that you want a bow. If you want your paladin, I think.
You definitely want to see if you can go and find an elven bow, or samurai bow would be better because it gives a little bit of strength, but that's not until you actually get to the underworld, so we're not going to see that.
Oh, and that's the Legend Sword. We are wanting to go vanilla Legend Sword. We want to go up all deals for other reasons. Amazing.
Yes, it's a weapon for Cecil.
Poor Jack.
Yeah.
What? More vanilla. Great.
I didn't mean that. Didn't we just do this? Did we just do this dark wave from the left-hand side of the screen for the last 10 minutes?
Oh, come on, it wasn't that long, surely. Was it actually that long? I hope.
I think it was, and I believe Peasants just wanted a little reprise just against us.
Yeah. But yeah. Did Peasants actually take a swing?
He must have.
Oh.
Which means you need to go through this another 3 times after the you must not fight now.
Meanwhile, Kohrek charming the salesman.
That's not a bad thing. Except
that actually ended up he punched himself.
Yeah, he can punch pretty much anything there, but himself is not the greatest. He can't put himself to sleep, unfortunately, because he's actually immune to sleep, and he is in the back row, so he's not going to hit for very hard. But it at least stops him from hitting you, I suppose.
But this call from Peasants hit right here might actually be the turn. This might be an early call. Might actually be the race, and yes, Kohrek just wiped to that trap chest.
What was the items in the Cave of Lana? It was coffins.
Coffins, Bacchus.
Coffins and Bacchus. You want to utilize those coffins then, and against the mad ogres.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Peasant. Yeah, this is also interesting because this also means that once Peasants goes through and does this Baron in check, and he should have a better go at it. He might just go Twin Harp, and that could also be that'll be a very good thing for him. Also with Aegis Shield, we're not dying to that. We are not dying to that Asura at all. With Cecil covering everyone.
Not with this armor set. Samurai armor.
No.
Bandana, ogre axe.
Yeah.
That Cecil is good for the rest of this overworld, and good for the trap chest for both trap chests in Cave of Lana. If you want to just see if you can pick up that random chance of a tier 7 piece of loot.
Ooh, Kohrek getting bodied by this Sailman by the Sailman once again. Yeah, takes another wipe.
Yeah, that Staleman is just painful. In so many ways.
Yeah,
It's not. It's quick. It does sleep. It hits hard. It's just a pain of a fight.
Yeah, totally. Well, at least Kohrek has a bow now, so well, he also has a better way out of that fight. Ooh, this is not going to be good either, because this Bluster is going to cause some havoc to Kohrek's team.
Yeah.
And no virus means that, yeah, Black Cats just suck in general, honestly. Like, they counter any damage with Bluster, which has a good chance of killing you, and if not, then paralyzing you. No good thing happens there.
Yeah. And the other bad thing, this Black Sword, yeah, is a great weapon. I don't believe the Black Cats are susceptible to the death status, unfortunately. So it's no use there.
Yeah, I actually didn't know if that was true or not. Huh? I'm actually.
Cockatrice might be the best way through this, actually.
Right. Yeah. You might have. Yeah. All right, let me just.
The problem is, are you going to keep Rydia alive?
Yeah, that's all. No, huh? Black Cats can be. Black Cats don't have any only resist mini and frog, looks like. So.
Oh right, might have just not got lucky then. But
yeah.
I feel that some enemies, especially ones that actually are able to put the death status on you, like Black Cats, just feel resistant.
I mean, it's fair. But here we go. We found what we're looking for, finally. We have... Did Kohrek
hasn't picked up any of those coffins. I honestly don't blame him, because it's a lot of money. Yeah. But right now, you need to go and buy those coffins and get through these fights. You need... you need to do something.
Yeah. Because... you have to come up with something. The status quo is not in your favor. Oh no, I guess we are going for Twin Harp right now. I get maybe.
Kohrek's looking at things and just going, "What have I got on the table?" And I don't think he can see a lot, and he's having some doubts about where to go next, and I really don't blame him. That wall of Val is a very, very potent one.
Yeah, agreed. It's again, no well, no shame for not knowing what to do here, because this is that's bad. Okay, so Peasants got has to reset because the wall setup did not work here. The wall ran out on the telecarcass ran out, so has to go through Doctor Dialogue once again. But that I think he'll be aware of what needs to change. Then should be right to go afterwards.
Kohrek has decided, let's go for the use the siren here. Take out the Liliths. Get a little bit of experience on our
Palom, right?
These things.
Party.
Palom is okay, but he just can't hit. Can't hit Valve through the tornado. Might have been just that little bit of extra experience to then go and get some more experience from the trap chest to then hopefully have enough multipliers on someone to hit through the evasion rather than go the dark wave route. Peasant, so picking up, having picked up a mute dagger in his looting, is utilizing that against Asura.
Although I suspect the actual thing, given that you have a Palom, I think the way I do it, because that seems to be equivalent to the ogre axe swing. That was about the same amount of damage. It might actually be worth having both Palom and Cecil swinging, because Palom can actually equip the mute knife.
Kohrek is doing random encounters on Mount Ordeals. Physically turned on encounters and is walking down from that.
Yeah. Again, this must feel like he has enough now because he just turned it back off again. But this is, you can sell. This is like Kohrek is in a just doesn't know what to do here. I feel like, and to be fair, this is not easy. Like this is not easy. Leviathan that is at the end of the hook route. That's not gonna be a fun one either. I don't think you do want to do the twin half check when you have with a Dark Knight Cecil. Like that, all the options you have here are not good.
Yeah,
and honestly, it takes a bold call to actually have gone through that Valvalis fight.
I wonder if the goal was actually Berserk.
Berserk makes sense.
Because if Rose has been gained enough for Berserk, Cecil in the center with the black sword might have enough multipliers now to actually get through the defense.
48. Okay, that's
considering and if the Berserk happens, and that will be doubled, or the accuracy goes up. So and there's Berserk. So I'm expecting these hits for about 200 at most,
or now. 60, or 60.
Yeah, I was sort of expecting a little bit more, but
I mean, I was too. Don't get me wrong. Your explanation made sense to me, but this also uses less MP at least, as opposed to having. But no, we have peasants now going to get our first on the way to our first objective. We are going to get some music, so going to do some quick equipping because we want to get as many characters metallic as possible.
On one side, we're going to have a forced death. On the other side, we're going to have a slow fight. So we're going to just listen to some music, I think. I think we need music to just pass the time. Yeah.
I mean, we could also just continue to talk about cricket. I mean, that's also something we can do, right? I mean,
we could, I guess, but
I mean, no.
I think we need. I think and we've done. We've got plenty of time for that afterwards.
Okay. I'll allow this time. So I guess both Kohrek and myself will be quiet as the Backstreet Bards is going to do their first song live concert this morning.
Hey, Phineas.
Yeah.
Can you remind me at some point that whatever these two did to annoy Harumph, that I don't do the same thing?
Noted. Yeah, I noted. Yeah. But on the plus side, we get an encore of music from FF1. You know. Oh,
This overworld is just perfect.
I mean,
you can. It means there's going to be some very free fights later on, but to get to them.
oh. Yes. So answer chat. The boss we know about is Leviathan in the Ruby Kante spot. So, I mean that's not great either. I mean, but I guess Pestis is now going to take the safety save in the in Cave Magnus just to in case the walk down is yeah.
We are definitely going to Wyvern Standard Time here. Going to battle speed 4. One Unstarvell did do half of Wyvern's health, so getting 2 off will win this fight.
Yeah, I actually thought that Pestis was going to get the good trick going of getting the count using Chocobo to get the counter, but just wasn't fast enough, sadly. Because really, it's a level 1 Rydia, so the ticks there are not in Peasant's favor there.
Yeah, especially when Rydia is still base level, so 4 agility, compared to Teller's 8. So you're going to need 10 ticks just for a turn, and even after that, Chocobo is not fast.
Yes, it's I think it's delayed 1. I want to say, or was it 2?
I think it's 2 or 3. It's fairly slow.
Yeah, I just know it's slow because you can use Chocobo to get double life glitches in a D machine grind. So Meanwhile, Kohrek side of the field, we've always been at fighting Valhalla since all time apparently looks like. So
On a good note, though, Cecil has been kept alive and berserk throughout this, so still going.
Yep.
Stella, though, is currently a statue.
Yeah. I mean, I know Teller's old, but that's not a nice thing to say.
No, he's literally a statue. He's completely made of stone right now.
Oh, okay, I'll give you that. But Kohrek is through 65 damage swings at a time. GG to him. Oh boy.
That Moonveil might have actually been in good to use there on that Cecil.
Doesn't weak bypass wall though?
No, weak doesn't.
Oh really? Okay. Hey, we have a life staff. We have a hook route to go through. We have our first objective done 46 minutes in on peasant side of the field.
We've seen it all on this overworld. We've seen Dark Wave strats. We've seen Berserkin Dark Knight Cecil strats. we've seen Wyvern doing what Wyvern does best. We've seen Ogo Pogo just being probably the easiest fight in the game right now. This is take what you know of Final Fantasy IV and turn it upside down. Except this mirror room up the top of Mount Ordeals, because that's completely vanilla.
Yeah. Yeah. Actual vanilla. Heck, we actually saw 2 lots of Berserk Dark Knight Cecil strats. That's amazing. Now that I think about it, that's amazing. But yeah, Peasants now has.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Peasants now knows the deal. Knows that this is a required hook route after having full cleared the earth. Is hoping that it gets better. Like
we still got one boss still big unknown here, and it's one of the most volatile spots in the game.
Oh, if this ends up being Evil War, I oh my god.
We might see a double forfeit and having to restart this race in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Because they just said,
maybe.
Screw this, proceed!
Yeah. Not wrong. And unfortunately, he's still at battle speed 6 for this, so this is unfortunate.
Oh, is it? It would mean that it's a little bit slower to get through, but you should be keeping your characters well in hand.
Yeah, no, I think it's okay. I think.
Kohrek though is going to feel behind because it's Val. Val is going to feel behind, and is going to feel a little wiped out by that, but is through it, and just needs to get their mindset going, keep moving, and once that's back in play, should be fine. Isn't too far behind Peasants, and it's just a twin hop, and getting through the twin hop isn't that slow, even with Wyvern there.
Yeah, and you can see what Peasants having not found those having not shot for life potions. I think Kohrek found them somewhere. I think I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, try and conserve as much as he can by even just having White Mages cast Life 1 as opposed to using a life potion. But I guess if you're at battle speed 6, this is a good good variation to do anyway. Oh, except Rosa missed. Rosa life.
She doesn't usually miss his life, the life spell, but when she does, Teller looks at her and goes, "Now you know how it feels."
Yep. Yeah. And all that, I mean, yes, we got a longsword, but the real reward there was actually starting to get more levels onto our party.
Yeah, especially since we know Leviathan's going to come up. It's going to be a difficult. Oh no, it's not going to be a hard fight. The Ice 2s aren't going to be hitting for that much, but it's still going to be a long fight. There's still 25,000 and hit points to go through in this spot, and that's nothing to say of the Queen Evelyn spot, which, as I said, is probably the most volatile in the game.
Yeah, and but yeah, we're about to find out how much we have to not get onto Hrum's good bad books here, because we are slowly approaching the big moment of truth. How rude is this hook route? Oh, come on! Come on! That's free! Boo!
Yeah, that is free dollops of vanilla.
Oh, but yeah, chat bring up a good point that now we actually have. This is also where having gone up all deals was a good thing to do before doing the hook route. With Teller having access to lit 3, that that will help a ton when it comes to doing getting through that little Leviathan. I think lit 3 will probably do quad 9s even from Teller. And you can also have Pound chip in with like lit 2s.
Yeah, I don't think
It'd be
it would
really
do quad
close.
9s. I think 5,000 is the most you can get it from Teller at this level with the gear we've found. But it's still a very big chunk.
Yeah, look, a big chunk of 25,000 is still welcome. Yeah.
The thing is, these Ice 2s, you're not going to have anyone that's really resistant to it. So they're going to hit for about 200 to 300 in this spot. So you're going to have to be a little bit aware of your hit point totals here.
Yeah, yeah, totally agree. It's not saying it's going to be a fun fight. As per se, but you know, it's. I think given what we've got to work with, I think we can get through this, pretty reasonably.
That's if I'm remembering the amount of damage they do, because the Leviathan isn't known for their magic power, and this spot isn't known for its magic power, so it might only be 100 to 150.
Oh, looks like you're about right. You're about right.
And that vessel isn't exactly swinging in for a whole lot.
I think that's the mute knife and not the ogre axe.
That would make sense, because that is the mute knife. Why change to the mute knife from the ogre axe for the mad ogres? Not sure, but because both would do the same 4 times damage. I guess that's preference.
Oh no, it was for the Asura fight. I never changed it.
Oh right, yeah, that would make sense. So really going to have to let Teller do some heavy lifting with the lit 3s here, but they're only hitting for 3,000 and a little bit of change.
Ooh, and unfortunate thing for Peasantsy, having to change the weapon that Palom has equipped, that actually loses the that forces the loss of all the bluffs that we've just done. It's an odd corner case, but yeah, that's kind of unfortunate.
And do bear with us a little bit. Kohrek's stream seems to have just had a bit of a hiccup. We'll get him back as soon as possible.
In the meanwhile, we are slowly tracking through this fight. I think it's actually even though it's unfortunate that we've got the mutant knife here as opposed to the Ergax. I mean, we are still going to eventually get through this. I think this to me feels relatively safe. Like none of our apart from the Iridia, which we want to die, I don't see this going poorly at this point.
It's just going to be a little bit slower, but the lit 3s will help. Palom's lit 2s or viruses, whichever one you feel is better, is going to be okay. You just need to be a little bit aware of a high roll of Ice 2 into a wave, which could take out that Teller or that Palom. Meanwhile, Kohrek is slowly gaining up a little bit of time on peasants now, having to do that one attempt at Wyvern and not having to walk through the entire Magnus Cave again, and made up a little bit of time heading down now.
Yeah, but Peasants is now through the Leviathan fight. And we are now away underground at just under an hour.
Considering Val, I will take that.
Yeah. Agreed. That is, also that there was just so many rude fights here that that just is all. It was an awful one. Oh hey, and a free fight up top of Lower Babel with the Dark Imps there.
Yeah. One good thing on Peasant's side at the moment is if he wants to just gain a little bit more experience just to shore things up, he still has that Siren. I don't think he's going to use it. I think he's happy. Palamer's now got Quake. Rosa's got Berserk. Cecil's fairly online with that Ograx. And Teller's Teller.
Yeah. But yeah, Peasants checking the Fey March. I'm not sure. I think it's an entry choice to do Fey March right now. Like, I am of the opinion that if you're underground through the hook route, you're probably good enough to be able to do whatever is in Dwarf Castle. But that's just my opinion on things. What are your thoughts?
I feel very much the same way, especially with a couple of character checks you need to do. Dwarf Castle is fairly on the table, but was that a Darkness Crystal?
That was in fact a Darkness Crystal, and apparently I have clearly earned my choices here. Clearly,
that Darkness Crystal gives a interesting conundrum. We've still got a whole lot of seeds still to go. We still got 2 character checks, 2 characters we need. We've still got two key items we need to find. There's a lot on the moon, but there's still also a lot on the Earth still available.
Yeah. All right. Peasants really wants to find out if this is we might actually have to. Do we actually do single dip this Fey March? Because it depends on whether this is Water Hag or the Orc Gauntlet. It looks like it's Water Hag. Oh no, that's Gauntlet. Nah. Never mind.
If that was
we'll be back later.
That would be fine. You could do that, especially with a base level already available. But the Goldbears still might be done before Peasants leaves.
Yeah, totally. Like that's the spot with that has a really good magic spot, right? So
it's definitely got a fair amount of magic. It's not amazing, but it's definitely a lot better than people give it credit for.
Yeah, but given that you only need 2 party members to leave, and you don't really care about the XP, I think you just do this here right now.
Yeah, this spot only gives 20,000 experience. It's not a whole lot of it in the grand scheme of things, especially if you've got Sirens still out there to be found, or if needs be, the Giant.
Yeah, and because Goldbears is even ruder, the Shadow Dragon even eats some of the XP as well. So we're going to get even less than that.
Indeed, yeah. Pick these people up. Put up a Siren on the 2 that remain. Starvel on the 2 that remain. Let Goldbears do Goldbears things, and then just finish it off and move on from there. I'd have only had 1 star, Val.
I mean, oh yeah, because I guess Kohrek. I think Kohrek bought a whole bunch. I think I want to say Silvera.
Yeah, one of our runners did go to Silverio, and the other one didn't. So
Yeah.
yeah, I believe that was correct. I think he picked up some other things in there as well.
I think cabins off memory. So, but no, I think that, but this is still fine. Like, Peasant is just counting damage at this point and should know what the breakpoint is, but to like do something like a 4 rage or something.
Yeah, this only has 25 to 30,000 hit points, and that's again reduced a little bit because of the Shadow Dragon. So, and since Golbez is doing a fair amount of damage to himself, he's just going to say why and disappear, and Teller's going to get 15,000 experience.
Just the character we want to get the XP to, right?
Most definitely.
Oh, that is a good pickup. That is a Baron key. That is a character check. That's 2 boss. That's 2 key item spots available. That is a very good pickup. Yeah,
that's a lot of checks on the table now for Peasants, where there is a character. We've got the Moon character. We've got Wolf Castle. We've got the Baron Inn now. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if all 3 are checked in quick succession now at this point.
Interesting that Peasants is opting to use the Siren now.
Personally, I think it's a mistake, but I can see why he would. He wanted a little bit of extra experience if he's going to go and do Dwarf Castle next. I would have gone and done the character check on the Moon first, broken the Siren up there for the Gold Dragons. A lot that's 90,000 experience, and then come back down and do the rest. But that is a little bit more time. It does take a little bit more time to deal with that way.
Yeah, like my. I know. I agree. I'm not sure I would have popped that Siren here either. My suspicion. I think what I would have done instead is basically do that. Do check freebies at this point. Like I'd probably set Sheila 1. No, I'd probably do Sheila 1 at this point. I'll check the Moon character, see if that's a foo. All those kind of fun things.
Peasants has lost Mysidia. Found it again.
Look, sometimes it's hard to find the continent, right? It's big. The map, the world is huge. Sometimes
there's no world map on the screen.
I mean, to do that, we have to cast the sight spell, and who's got time for that, really?
Rosa, since she's the only one that has it. Actually, does Rydia? Rydia, well, Peasants Rydia won't because level 1, but
actually doesn't. Wait, hang on, doesn't Till learn sight as well?
Well, he does learn most spells, doesn't he? So yeah, probably has that as well. Yeah, Teller would be the one that casts sight. It's in this team anyway.
I mean, it's like he's one with the glasses, so I'm sure he'd be quite adept at casting sight there. Yeah, okay, that's fair. But yeah, we are checking the Moon character. Meanwhile, Kohrek is through. It'll be interesting to see how he routes this from here, because this is yes, he's about. I think rough estimate about 10 minutes behind, 8 minutes behind. But there's so much of the world to see and do here. Yeah, it's still anyone's race despite that gap.
Yeah,
That
I
is a
do
Duke
like.
Cecil on the moon.
Yep.
So
So yeah, that's a whammy. I do like how Kohrek is utilising his team, even though Peasants is going with the Rydia anchor, Kohrek is going with the Teller anchor, and letting Rydia gain some levels. The reason I like it is that Teller, you know what he's going to bring. You know how he's available to do that, all just by doing ordeals. So if you need his spells, you've got them available. Rydia takes a little bit to get online. Yeah, she's a great anchor at level 1 on a base level Rydia, but at this point, you want damage. Cecil doesn't have the greatest output right now. So you want that additional damage. If you can get Rydia up to that virus to complement and pal him, all the better.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is just me reading too much into this, but I suspect what's happened is that it wasn't intentional. It just happened that way because the way that Rydia has died was basically from a mega nuke from getting mega nuked from in Twin Heart. And at that point, I think that kind of sealed Rydia's fate at that point, given how Peasants routed everything.
It's possible that it might just be that, but I feel like he's sort of insisted that Rydia not be a big part of the fights. Right, well, Kohrek just took that little bit of extra at the start. Might have been just a mistake to let her get that first bit of experience, and then it just rolled from there. But either way it is I think it's going to work out for Kohrek, especially with a free fight here in the first spot in Dwarf Castle. This is 20,000 experience, easily life glitchable. Oh, you probably have a coffin in to just take out that officer at the back very easily.
I actually don't think he's going to go for it. I think he's just going to go for speed as opposed to getting max XP here.
If he feels behind, yeah, go for speed.
Yeah. But now we're actually seeing whether we would have been paid off by going to Dwarf Castle first. No, because we have interesting choices after this.
And we've got either Rubicante or Elements. And another Rydia.
Okay, so kind of good to know okay, it's Elements. So not less XP, but that's fine. We'll just take this on. It's only 3,000 hit points for rough in this spot, so should be easy, good to go.
And it's split between the two phases, so it's going to be around 1,600 experience, 1,600 hit points on both. Yeah. So a fire 2 here might just finish it off. Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
No, hardly any experience because it's so split, but that is Rydia with virus, and I really like this little mage pairing that Kohrek has stumbled into. Likely, may be set up that way, may have been pure luck, but Virus and Quake going to do a lot of work.
Yeah, agreed.
We don't see the black mages shine in this particular fag set, so it's good to see them get their day today.
Well, we have a pass. We got the pass from Lucas at neck. I don't know what Lucas is doing with that kind of item around her neck.
Those are more important though.
I mean the sirens?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very important, knowing that the sirens are available. Which
considering we know that where the darkness crystal is, and Kohrek is going to pick that up very soon. We know there's hourglasses there as well. we could see him go to the moon and just say, let's do a little bit of grind. Let's power up this team a little bit more. See that Cecil and go, okay, this is my team.
Yeah. And and King Roos will be very quick. We have access to we actually have Tell in the middle slot, so those weeks are going to land when he's not cursed or anything. You can just go to Cave Bahamut level 2, just pop your hourglasses there. It also gives you money if we do forge, so I do like that element as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Kohrek may have been down below, but that Dwarf Castle check, I think, has just given him a little bit of an edge right now. Peasants going through these character checks, he may very well find Ein Kane or Fu in this spot because we're running out of spots for them to actually show up. But I feel that pass is going to be big, and just having in that Rydia and those sirens available, I think it's just going to be a little bit helpful for Kohrek right now.
Yeah, I think Pez is. I do kind of feel like Pez is just gambling on getting, I don't know, one of his 2 character checks paying off right now. Oh hey, it's a Kane. So that's huge knowledge because we've seen 2 of our dupes so far. So this Baron Castle might be required.
Do you take a Kane here because with the characters you've got? Peasant says yes in place of Teller, and it's an option.
It's an option. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I would have done in this spot, and Kohrek is bailing. Kohrek is bailing on that Golbez. Yeah. This could be disaster.
Yeah, so not surprising. It is Golbez, so you can't really fault him for it. But we do know there's a Baron key behind that, and there is a Kane waiting there. And what is the key item? Is it going to be doubly required?
Pintail. Oh no.
Baron
indeed.
is hard required. Peasants has just taken a big chunk out of this game. So
we are adamant or a Fu away from go mode. That is. I mean, I agree. I don't fault anyone for not doing that Golbez check, but it is that Golbez check is paying off immensely for peasants. Yeah, turning it immediately. You have a 50% chance that you're going to get something for your character. Hey, Crystal Sword. All right.
Advantage peasants.
All right, we're done.
Really just advantage peasants right now.
Yeah. Also huge because that means we have a weapon for Kane now, and Kane with a dwarf axe can also do a whole bunch of work. We do not need to even get to our grind is quicker because we do not need to get our mages to nuke, and I think you're going to see peasants go immediately to dwarf castle to see if Fu is there.
Yes, most assuredly. Kohrek, unfortunately, I just feel that that Golbez is going to be one of his last checks.
I agree.
Especially with if all Gauntlet right next to it. You don't want to go back to that at Feymarch if you can help it. And that's going to be the downfall, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, there's no mistake. There's no in randomized. There's no mistakes. It's just choices that didn't pay off, and this choice to not do that check is going to backfire, unfortunately.
Yeah, especially with that darkness crystal in hand, Kohrek is going to go to the moon. Is going to full clear that place up there. May very well find the adamant.
Yeah,
up there, and may find the package, may find the earth crystal. but we know. Well, we don't know actually, because
because there's one dupe left.
There's still one dupe left, and it might be an additional Kane.
Yeah, but that is Kane. Kohrek's only out at this point, from what we know. Is hope that moon is not haunted.
Especially on those character checks that are left, the Earth Crystal, the package,
the giant.
The giant, yeah, the giant may be that foo.
Yeah, that.
But then again, and the adamant is going to be somewhere behind one of these these checks. It's maybe a chain to a check, but it's going to be behind it.
I hate to break it to you, but there is a check that both our runners have faded, and that is Sealed Cave. Yeah, and that this kind of no one has checked Sealed Cave, and that is I guess it's actually a more harder. It's more of it's a worse check for peasants now that he got rid of the one warp caster. Oh wait, does Pound no warp now? That's relevant. Because if Pound knows warp, that's less bad.
Yeah, Palom should know warp at this point. Yeah, especially going through the hook and doing getting the experience.
Egg, yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah. So, but it's not really that much longer to just walk out. It's a little bit, but not that much. So. It's not like it blocks you in for the entirety rest of time. After all,
it's true. But it just feels bad to have to use my legs. I just want to be able to go into my menu, cast a spell, and say, "Oh, I go up to the next floor," and save all those 20 steps. What can I say? I am lazy. If I can have a spell that gets me to somewhere else, I would use it. Not gonna lie.
Were those vanilla? Samurai armor and samurai gauntlet in those two chests?
I don't know enough vanilla to be able to say yes or no to that, to be honest.
Because this is where you get the samurai armor in vanilla.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. So this is actually interesting for Kohrek because that we know that's a Mylon, right? You know what would be very good against Mylon?
A very nice shiny crystal sword.
Yes, that would be very. Yes, that's in fact very good. Fortunately, it's just
not particularly against this one, but
yeah. But all the friends would be a bit more, would hate it a bit more. Meanwhile, peasants doing Keyless Tower. He knows it's a free fight, so it's not a bad check. I think
it's more, or you've got one thing needed to get either a foo or adamant.
Yeah.
You don't go to the moon unless you absolutely have to. Now you check everything. Yeah. We might even see that all gauntlet being done before peasants goes to the moon.
Yeah, I suspect. Yeah, I mean, I might have actually just done Sealed Cave first before Keyless Tower, only because Sealed Cave you can just since we know we have no boss hunt anymore, we just get the we just see what the item is and then just go reset if it's a blank. That's very quick.
So Dark Imps up here might very well see a Hourglass put out. We'll definitely see a Berserk put onto Cecil, and these Dark Imps will not be long for this world.
We'll probably see a whole bunch of Quakes, honestly. No, that's the other thing we could see here. Quake will also speed this fight up a lot. Like, there's not much more you need to do here. Ooh, ow.
Yeah, this spot hurts a little bit more than you would think, and the imps, there are 3 of them, so you sort of have to deal with it. But Kane's the least of your worries right now. You really think Cecil and Rosa. Cecil and Rosa are my Zeromus party here.
Yeah, I agree. Like this pie is basically Cecil Rose and a couple of a cheer squad basically. Like any levels you can get on Palom to help with quaking or for that matter, Kane, bonus. More Kane than Palom because we're probably going Berserker strats. So at this point, because we have Crystal Sword Cecil, so.
Yeah, Palom is definitely reaching sort of the end of their helpful times now. Now, got a long way through this seed with him. Done a whole lot of work, but
yeah,
with this complement, yeah, you want some physical damage dealers right now.
Yes, and thank you, Raiders from Free Enterprise. You are in the middle of a very, very rude early game. The fact that we're calling peasants, as you can see, has 3 objectives because he actually did a goal-based fight in the Fey March, paid off with the Baron Key. Baron Key led to a Kane and the Pinktail, and that is the big summation of this seed, as well as being when we're saying just under an hour underground was a good time for this seed.
Yes, we have had a very rude ordeals, which peasants decided to dark wave his way through it. We'll let you go back on the VOD and see how what he came up against for that, and also we've had a few additional rude encounters as on the overworld. So yes, it's definitely one to go back and watch. We'll let you do that. We don't want to spoil it for you, just in case you don't want to be spoiled.
Yeah, because there are some things we've just glossed over too. Anyway, Kohrek through K Value gets a power shirt. That will be good once we get a weapon for Cecil here, but not progression. Meanwhile, Peasants got the Zeus Gold, which again you don't hate to see it, given we have a Crystal Sword Cecil.
Yeah, it's just exuberating his power right now. Still fading out on that Luca Cave. I'm going to do the fight now in the bottom of Baron basement, the Odin Throne, and see what's there. Taking a bit of a roundabout way to do these checks, but he's getting through them, and Kohrek's bailing on the moon.
Hey, you know what I said about Crystal Sword, having a Crystal Sword Cecil against a Marlin Sprite? Yeah, this is going to go in a hot minute.
3 swings, because this enemy has around about 28 to 22,000 health, and Cecil will do that amount of damage. Kohrek's come back to Earth to do Luca Cave.
Interesting. I can't. Oh, that's go mode. Oh my god, Baron hard required. This is an absolute disaster for Kohrek. Oh boy.
Oh,
Actual
yeah.
hard required Baron. Oh.
3 objectives: Kane, Pinktail, Adamant. Peasants is firmly in the driver's seat. Kohrek has done amazing for what he's been up against. But that one Golbez fight, that one fight is the difference.
Yeah. And while we can say that Peasants did have a lead coming out of the hook routes, yeah, that's yeah, that is a unfortunate thing. Oh, okay, I see what Peasant's doing. No, this is smart. 2, 4, 6. He's at 10 key items right now. So what he's going to do his grind now. after his grind, he's going to go to Cocoon Shop because now he will have the money to actually buy stuff from Cocoon Shop. This routing is actually smart.
Yeah, and also got that pass, so easy way into Zeromus, ready for him to just go, I'll take you on. And Luke Cave, just a black shirt.
Yeah, this is now the question is, does Kohrek go back to that Fame March? He's stopping there. That might be his way back, but he has a lot of time to make up.
He does, but that Golbez is an easy fight, right? If you just do exactly as Peasants did, just make sure you're immune to the hold, get your star veils up, and Kohrek might not be as far behind as we actually thought he was going to be. He's definitely still going to be behind, but he's not going to be as far behind.
No, I agree, but the time is ticking here, and I think the fact that Peasants doesn't have any life potions, he's being very thrifty with them, means I think that this grind he might not get as many levels as he would like here, but that's Cure 4 on Rosa. I don't think we're going to do that much of a grind. This grind is probably much more of a grind. Oh, yes, 4. Okay.
Yeah, he might have 4, but if he's only going to go with a certain amount of levels going into Zeromus, those 4 life potions might be required in the actual Zeromus fight.
Yeah. And Kohrek is doing Golbez right now, so
Correct. He's on the right path then.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting to see where he goes from here.
Yeah. Okay, interesting call right here. Peasants is not bothering picking up Palom, which makes sense. It's just not worth it. You're not getting. I don't think you're getting him to nuke at this point. So it is. Yeah. The target here is to get Rosa to imagine 2,000.
Yeah, you've got one more hourglass here. You've got or maximum. Heck, you've only got one more siren here. Yeah, one more siren, one more hourglass.
Yeah, and you are good to go.
Cecil is going to be roughly around 2,800 hit points. Kane's going to be around 2,500. Rosa's, I think, just about going to break the 2,000 mark. Should be enough. Definitely.
Yeah, it should be enough. Like this is going to be one of the times where, this is essentially a free character party without actually it being a free character party.
Yeah. And the other thing about having Palom on the ground for that particular point was it actually gets back to Rosa quicker in terms of the timeline. So you less chance of that life 1 being cast actually not happening.
Yeah, Peasants is now fully completed his grind, is going to go back to Earth, get the forge, check the shop, and then go right towards the Zeromus fights. I'm actually will be interested to see what is available for that Coca-Cola selling.
Things I would like to see there with this. I'd like to see a power shirt. Just bump up that Cecil even more, and Kane definitely can use it. Crystal ring, and second Zeus gauntlet.
I think
wouldn't mind a white shirt actually.
White shirts are tier 7, so you can't. I don't know if you can buy them.
Oh right, yeah, this max tier 6 here, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's max tier 6, yeah. But yeah, just having
white spear actually.
Oh, white spear will also be good. Yeah, white spear defense sword you can get. Or we can get none of those and get a protect ring for I guess Protect Ring's not bad for Rosa, so it's something. But yeah, that is our crystal. That's our forged crystal. That is our objective number 1 for peasants, and yeah, on our way to ask certain questions of some sort.
Yes. How's that?
So, would you like tea?
I'm more of a coffee drinker, actually.
Are you really a coffee drinker? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I mean, I guess if you really need that caffeine hit, that makes sense, you know.
I've never really liked the taste of tea personally. So, yeah, yes, I'm a British person. I'm an Englishman technically, but I've never really liked the taste of tea. So yeah, but yeah, we do have a question that is coming up. We don't change the Romus too much. He's still in the same place. He's still as big and bad and buttish as normal. So we do have a question, and Infinius, what's the question again?
I guess I don't know. I think off memory, and then this is my memory's kind of bad nowadays. Is whose butt are we going to kick today? It's today for peasants because is morning for him. So
yes, he's around about the same time as you are, which is around about 9:30 for you in the morning.
Yeah, around that ballpark. Yeah. Some final equipping. Yeah, shouldn't need to see too much more of this. Yeah.
That cane is packed with amazing equipment.
Look,
Ogre axe, samurai shield, ninja hat, which isn't bad, and a protect ring.
Look, he's just there as a chaperone for the actual power couple, right?
Oh yeah, Cecil and Rosa are the big ones here. You want to keep Rosa alive. You want to keep Cecil swinging, and Rydia and Palom are just there to make up numbers. Kane, I wouldn't be surprised if he just doesn't berserk Kane and just let him nerf the big bangs just to keep things stable.
Yeah, you could. Maybe he bought up a stack of Cure Free, so maybe just acts as a chemist. So yeah, that's
Yeah, I really think that's a better use of Kane's hit point pool here.
Oh, okay. It looks like we've got Kohrek back, and he is doing the in the middle of the Orc, which is unfortunate. But
has got through that Golbez and does have the Baron key. It's just stopping off to do the Orc on it. Not really a bad idea. It's a fight. It's a fair amount of experience here, but you also have to watch out for Arachnes.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. The Arachnes are coming now, aren't they?
Yeah, right now.
Yep. Well, good thing we had bought those Cure Frees because that counter nuke actually. Wait, are we casting Berserk on Rosa here? Did I miss see that?
I missed that because I saw Kohrek Sunlever go forward in time or back in time, back into the hooligan fight. But
So to answer question from chat of what did peasants do that Kohrek didn't. Peasants in his first trip to Feymarch got the Baron key from Golbez, and Golbez was triple required.
Yeah, having Kane, the Pinktail, and the Adamant, and the hook was required for getting underground. The Legend Sword was in its vanilla location on Ordeals today. And well, the Twin Harp was behind Asura in the Baron Inn.
Yep. So yeah, Baron was the hardest require you could have ever imagined in this seed. That's amazing, actually. When you think about it.
Yeah, four objectives is in the Baron area. It's unprecedented.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Cecil is just doing Cecil Crystal Sword things. Rosa's just sitting back, waiting for that cure for. Hallam is just being observing Cecil hitting things for 6.
Yep.
And Rydia, well, she's done a lot of work on Kohrek's side. Peasant side, she deserves that nap.
Yeah. Look. No. Having to drag everyone down is hard work, you know. It is, Acno. It's tiring. Okay, so we got a black hole, but no, that's not a awful thing to see there, because we still have Crystal Sword Cecil. But yeah, I think one thing I've noticed on Kohrek's side is that he's trying to fade the Arachne by casting Float, but unfortunately with Float, the float goes away as soon as you basically get out of the room, and I'm not sure if he realizes that. And that's really unfortunate, because it's the right idea, but in the wrong spot.
Yeah, I think Kohrek's sort of just been a little bit jaded by this seed. It's been a tough seed. The fights to get through to places have been really tough. And Peasants, there's the shake, there's the boom, there's the flash. Peasants has won this race with a time of 1 hour, 38 minutes and 27 seconds. And we're going to see if he comes in to complain.
Yeah, GG's to Peasants. That was very well run. Galaxy Brain for getting past that Valval's, and I think that just set him on the way to getting through that seed in a much more efficient manner compared to Kohrek.
Just sort of let him just make that little bit of time. And I do believe we have been joined by PeasantsOMFG. And I've got the first question for you is, what did you do to tick off Harumph?
I don't know, man. I don't know what I did. Oh, God.
Because you definitely did something, considering that them early fights, especially ordeals.
Yeah, it was quite the ordeal, to be sure.
So
I don't know.
How long was you in that fight?
I don't know. I think maybe 9 minutes. I couldn't tell you.
But no, it was to me that felt like that knowing that you could actually do that Valvalis fight. That I feel that was I'm insane, but I feel that was the thing that let you get ahead in this race because Kohrek really struggled.
Man, like I think I knew I could do it, but when you're sitting in a fight for that long, you do not feel good. You know, like it that just feels abysmal.
It does, especially when you were looking at your MP pools and you could see them dwindling and dwindling with every cast of that heal spell, which isn't exactly cheap. With every cure too, with every life potion that you were spending, you were hoping that Cecil was going to be hit down rather than petrified. There's a lot of just parts of that fight where you just look at it and go, ow.
Yeah, the second half of the fight, I was making sure that Cecil like dies so I could life him instead of wasting mana for a heal. Making sure I didn't heal him specifically, so the Dark Wave would kill him, because it was just man, I don't know. It wasn't even even after doing that, like the Ashura in Baron Inn wasn't particularly nice, and then the wipe to Wyvern at Twin Heart. Like it just all adds up. It just kept going. Very
Yeah.
nasty overworld.
Yeah, and Leviathan isn't exactly the most simple fight item at the Rubicon spot either. It has a lot more power behind its ice twos than and a lot of people give it credit for. Or so getting underground in just under an hour is probably was probably on your minds going, I'm happy with this, considering what I've gone through.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think I saw 57 minutes, and I was like, "This could be worse. This could be an hour 20." Honestly, if I
Yeah.
if I wiped during that Valvalis, I mean, I wouldn't know what that would be
Yeah.
doing.
Although it would, it would really help a fair bit there in that for that Leviathan fight, having an ogre axe equipped as opposed to a mute dagger.
Yeah, agreed. I do think that. At first I was like, I swear I backroad Cecil, and then I saw that he had the mute dagger equipped from Ashura, and I was like, oh, I'm an idiot.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
but that mute dagger helped in a lot of things, and especially going up against the Mad Ogres. It
Yeah.
just did. It did the damage you needed. You didn't need it for the King Queen Eblin fight at King Queen Eblin, and so it out of your mind, out of sight.
Yeah.
So, and then you get underground, and you go to Feymarsh.
Yeah. The
Infinius has a lot of words to say about that.
yeah,
let's
because
chat.
like, I mean, because like, I don't know. This is just my thoughts on this, and feel free to comment likewise. But I thought that given you have two character hunts, that Dwarf Castle was the play first over Feymarch. Well,
Yeah, it definitely probably would have been. It was definitely my next place I was going. I was going to go check the free item and then go to Dwarf. I saw Golbez, and that's a free fight, so it was fine. The thing is, like, there's a possibility of a pan or a possibility of an adamant. This is just a few things that you wanted to do a very quick check for. It's not too long of a dive.
yeah. I mean, yeah. It was just my perspective. Given that you had Quake there, it it made more sense to me to have done that check first, before doing Feymarch. But yeah, it would have just meant that less crisscrossing over. That's all. But heck,
I'll tell you, I didn't have
you got the
clear
Baron
mind.
key. That was, yeah, you got the Baron key. It was yeah, it was pretty free overall. So yeah, I think that just led you to everything. So yeah, that definitely had to feel good.
Yeah. When when I saw the crystal sword from Pinktail, I actually like put my fist in the air because I was like, oh, I actually know what I'm doing for Z now. Like because I was pretty worried with my team as well because I didn't want to go up to reflect strats, and
Yeah,
and no good weapons at the time, so it always kind of fell into place, which was good for how quick go mode ended up coming.
yeah. I think I made a similar comment where as soon as that crystal sword, I was like, yep, no, we're doing berserk strats now.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I was, you can see me in the when I get the cane, I'm like stressing over if I should actually even get the cane or not because it, like, I don't know if I even want him. If I want to get rid of the teller, would be better to have weak for like a grind or something. But then I'm glad I took him.
Yeah, it's a tough
Yeah,
decision, and at that point,
yeah,
isn't it? Just Kane and Teller can do work. Kane might be needed for some later fights down the line. You don't want to get rid of Rydia because she's your anchor. So it's between Palom, Teller, and Kane, and you chose to keep the Palom and Kane, which worked quite well for you.
Palom just has too much mid game utility to get rid of at that point. If I had to continue doing fights. I don't like getting rid of Palom mid game very much, even though it's probably the better choice in, like, realistically. But who's to say?
no, actually, like I think, yeah, I tend to agree. I think getting rid of Palom there would have been such a bold call. I don't think I'd have liked it. Actually, whereas I kind of liked it's kind of like getting rid of Telemore.
Yeah,
because at the very
if I had the crystal
yeah.
sword, if I had the crystal sword already, I would have got rid of I would have got rid of Palom. It wouldn't have mattered in reality. But but since I didn't, I couldn't. No, reflect strats are still on the table, especially with the Fu somewhere in the sea that I was probably going to have to get.
Yeah. No,
but without knowing where
fair.
he was,
Exactly.
finding that adamant, you chose those key item locations and over character locations, and like what the only one you really had at that time was the giant anyway. So easy choice just to go for character locations. Key item locations. If you find a character check, you can do it. But if you find adamant, which you did, you can go.
Yeah.
So now you're moving on to the quarterfinals. And I have to check this bracket here. It looks you're probably going to face Zoe, right?
No, it's up against Couch or Eisen.
Oh right. I'm getting ahead of myself there.
You are a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, but what thoughts on that matchup?
I don't think I have a very great matchup against either of them. I've played Eisen a few times in Highway 2, and we were pretty close, but he was a little bit better on the day. I think I'm 0-2 against him in tournament, and then Couch I played once in the last tournament, and I was a bit rusty at the time because I took a very big break, and which I don't know, it wasn't helpful, but I did take an L against him as well. So I mean, my chances are pretty good.
Nothing better to keep to get the adrenaline going than being behind, thinking you're behind, and just playing out of your mind.
That's the plan. That's always.
But yeah, GG's Peasants. Do you have any other thing you want to say?
Yeah, just GG to Kohrek. That all three of our seeds were very nasty. I thought it couldn't get much worse than the last one, and then there was this one, so that sucks. Yeah, but GG, he played so well in the past two races. I think we're very, very similar matchup, and it was just these are the most fun races I've had, even though they were very tricky. And also, thank you for the restream, and I'm really excited to go back and rewatch this. And I'll do a quick shout out to Wu Bear and Araya. They're my coaches. They're out of the tournament, but they're still giving me tips and stuff to get my play a bit tighter. So, GG and thank you.
Well done, and we'll see you next week in the round of 8.
Absolutely. Catch you guys.
As you can see on screen, Kohrek has forfeited it. To be honest, it was a tough out, and he was having a few issues through it. He has declined an interview, likely just to clear his head, which, to be honest, I don't blame him. I would probably be thinking along the same lines, and so yeah. But very well done for him for getting this far. Very well done for him to go as far as he did on this and give us an amazing Val fight on ordeals just by berserking in that DKC. We are done on this particular channel, though, with this particular race. That isn't going to be the end of it, though, because we've still got plenty of free enterprise coming up. We've got tomorrow. Let me just grab this schedule. Do we have any races tomorrow? Yes, we do. We've got at 2 p.m. Eastern time, because you've got strange times over there. Solaris versus Starman. And at 3 p.m. we've got Eisen versus Couch, which is very important for our winner of today's race, Peasants. And other than that, those are the two races we've got tomorrow. Tonight, though, we've still got one more race happening, and that is over on the Free Enterprise channel, and that is between Prof. Corey and the Penguinator. Penguinator is one up in that race, in that series, and is looking to take the second one. Prof. Corey looking to bring it back and take it to a game 3.
Yeah, that should be exciting. And also, no spoils about the result of this race, or there will be bonks. from everyone involved. So, on behalf of myself, Kohrek, the restream team of Haram doing restream, and Maggie the cat doing tracking, good games, and we'll catch you all next time.
Have a good evening, everyone.